That's twice I've done that in two shows. Dang it! I mean, hi! Welcome! Oh, look at my room! Look at my studio! I got a chair over here, I got dog stuff everywhere! What the hell is going on? Well, what's going on is I got back to my studio late. But the show must go on. Yes! Also, Tante Oso, that bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? You heard me, and so did everyone else. Let's go. Yeah. Rick and Morty Raiders. I used to say, Rick and Morty Raiders, don't be jealous, but you probably are. Come on, be honest. It's a dope shirt. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no head, that shouts like Ric Flair. What? Woo! Woo! Ahem. The R8RBEAR! Raiders! Rick and Morty Raiders. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in to your boy, R8RBEAR Live. No, I don't know the music's still playing. Just kind of letting it roll a little bit tonight. No, how many times have I told you when the show starts not to interrupt me, Mama Bear? Wait, we're live? Trust me, I'll pay for that later. I literally never yell at her. So when I do, I usually get spanked later. Not in a good way. Shh, Tommy, stop that. R8RBEAR! That's right, and you're all at the mercy of mine and Mama Bear's fantastic mood. So you're gonna get it right in your chops. Raider Nation style. That's the only way we do it. One gear. Fast. There's nothing else. Woo. Alexa, shut up. I'm not even nice to her anymore. She's like an abused wife. No, everything I can't do to you, I take out on her. Well, it is true. God. Oh, that's true. That's why we have a good marriage. Tradish! R8RBEAR! My first comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to on YouTube. Our heavyweight champion of the world, Jim Vanderland. And no, his belt's not up for titles right now. He's undisputed. Second place, my bronze medal goes to John the Lion. Leon. What's up, John? The only guy catching L's, and they're not losses. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Bear. Mark Vargas. Mark, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you, John the Lion, Leon, and our champion from YouTube, Jim Vanderland. And now, Facebook, Tradish, R8RBEAR, blah, 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 gold medal goes to the new reigning heavyweight champion of the world, Dustin King. Mama Bear stayed just to hear that one.
I didn't realize you had 2 medal winners.
Well, YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So.
I set up your studio for you.
Yeah. I tip well. Second place, my silver medal goes to a good friend of Mama Bear's and mine, Michael Have you guys ever seen someone's daughter and she like kind of glows a little bit? She like looks like an angel, you know what I mean? Every time you see her, she's like really pretty and her hair's always so kind of like, she's so cute. Here's the cutest daughter. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Tony, who make it dip. I'm kind of a nicknames guy. Tony Make It Dip is like the coolest nickname ever. I'm sorry, it's just dope. It's just dope. All right, so what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. Sorry, I wasn't actually showtime late, but I was a little bit late getting here. I was picking up stuff and doing stuff, and it was running late and blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at everybody getting excited thinking that's up for auction tonight. No, calm down. I'm just showing off. This is my Raider Invicta watch. Okay, look it up. Oh, yeah, it's not cheap. And I didn't pay for it. I got that from my peoples. Yeah, that's right. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all. Always there for a Raider Bear. We're going to talk about the draft a little bit. I'm just kidding. I have some insight. I think what I mean is it's not like the draft's boring, but I mean, when you talk about it day after day, it can get, kind of stale. But I feel like I have some stuff to add tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit, because you guys know I've been kind of waxing back and forth about what I felt like they would do at 13. Will they go up? Maybe. Will they hold pat? Maybe. What I know they won't do is trade down. And when I say that, I only mean that in the sense of, you've all heard me say Tom Telesco's never traded down. In 10 years of being a general manager for the Chargers, he never traded down once. So I don't understand why he would do it with us. In fact, I would even go as far as saying, if I'm Tom Telesco, I would think I was like jinxing myself if for another franchise and 10 other drafts I never draft down. But for the Raiders, we're drafting down. So I'm pretty sure we're going to either pick at 13 or we're going to move up. Now, having said that, I don't think we're going to move up. And I think the reason we're not going to move up is because I think that there's talent at the quarterback position that will fall to 13 that's more than sufficient. In other words, I've said to you guys many times, whether a person is a first-round pick or a fourth-round pick or a fifth-round pick or a third-round pick, none of those rounds determine whether that player is going to be a star or not. And that's what we as fans get hung up on too often. And it's not anybody's fault. I do it too. But when you've been talking about these guys so much, you get to this like, gosh, I really hope we get this guy or Bo Nix or blah, blah, blah. And in reality, even if we do get the guy we get, that doesn't necessarily, or the guy we want, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pan out. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be good. Jim Vanderlyn, my heavyweight champion, said that, he's worried about getting a quarterback no matter which one it is. He's not really interested in that. And I can tell you, he might be leaning along the right logic, because we all know the highest bust potential pick in any draft is a quarterback, because they cost the most. They're the most likely to bust because they have so much more to learn. The learning curve is so much higher. You have so much more responsibility, so many more things to learn. And so the bust potential for a quarterback is always tremendously high. But I would say some of the experts are starting to lean towards Jim Vanderlyn in the sense of they think the Raiders may not even go offense at that pick. They might go defense. There are those that think they may, without question, go offensive line. That you're just going to take whatever, because like Joe Alt, the big kid from Notre Dame, he's not going to be there at 13. So I'm just bringing him up to make the point of saying whoever the second or third best tackle you feel like is in football is going to probably be there at 13. It's probably going to be the number 2 guy, at worst 3 guy. And I'm being honest with you when I tell you, there's probably 10 offensive linemen in this draft that you could make a sound argument for being a high top 10, top 15 pick. You know what I mean? So they're interchangeable is what I'm getting at. That's why I said, well, round 1, round 2, round 3. There's going to be offensive linemen that fall to the 3rd round, the 4th round, and they're going to become stars at the NFL level. It's just the guys who are the highest rated from playing in college, you do definitely want to try to get those guys. But that's never a guarantee that that guy's going to be the best offensive lineman at his position or better than the guy that comes 2 rounds after than him. You know what I mean? Need I remind you, the Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls with a 7th round running back. That was good. I mean, he's not a star. You know what I mean? That kid Pacheco, but he's good. You know what I mean? And you only need good. You know what I mean? We had great with, with what we were doing with Josh Jacobs all that time. We had great at running back. But, if we don't win it, or excuse me, if we do win it now moving forward when we didn't with him, see what difference does it make? I want to win. That's it. And I realize we say just win, baby. I'm not trying to be cool and say, I'm just like Al Davis, or I'm just so believing just win. I just mean, but I don't care. You know what I mean? This stuff with the draft, just be glad when I cover the draft who we pick, because whoever we pick at 13, you're going to get a stud. A stud. If we do nothing but sit at 13 and pick, we get a stud. If we do nothing with our second pick, which is I'm going on memory, so forgive me, but I think it's the 44th pick overall. And with 32 teams, obviously that's an extremely early pick in the second round. It's like a top 10 pick in the second round. So I'm just saying we have our first 2 picks are fantastic. You know what I mean? And so if we just sit back, we're going to get guys that can play. We really will. Raider Devillion, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Same entry music, brother. I never change it. That's my jam. I've been doing that 10 years. I can't go changing it now. I sound like Tom Telesco. I'm not trading down, and I'm not changing my jam. No, Josh, no. You don't get to do that kind of humor, Josh, when you're not the champion anymore, okay? Stop languishing down in 8th place, looking up at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours. Get back in here and give Dustin King what he's got coming to him. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Much love back, and I really love my shirts, bro. Dustin King! All right, Josh, I don't know. I might have to rethink what I just said. I mean, he's bribing me. What am I supposed to do? Thank you very much, Dustin King, our current heavyweight champion. And everyone remember, stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desk. It's a charity in Africa that puts kids in school. We promised to put in 13 kids. We ended up getting in 28. I sleep well. Also, we work with Punks for Autism, PFA, very near and dear to my heart. Today is actually Autism Awareness Day. My daughter has it, and two of my nephews, excuse me. And so it's near and dear to our hearts. We have a lot of, it's tough, it's tough. But we're in there, we're in the fight, raising awareness, raising money for autism awareness and research, and it's going cool. Dan Rhodes, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Space X-Force. I'm not adding the X part. Okay? No. David Pelcliva, Mount Rushmore in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Miguel and Victoria, how you doing? Welcome to the show. David Pelcliva said, Raiders! You didn't drag the S, so you just get an abrupt stop. Ellis Irving, hello, my brother Bear. How are you today? I'm doing excellent, Ellis. Welcome to the show. Bear, I have a huge favor to ask. Can you show what the gift is that is going to be sent to the Steelers, Val and Tommy? Yes, I can. I have another flag here, but I haven't wrapped theirs up yet. I'm sending this to Tommy and Val, and I'm also sending them a patch of mine, and there's another patch I'm sending that's just a surprise. So they're getting 2 patches and the flag, courtesy of Corinna Trujillo, my good friend and yours. Vicky Ginn. Hi, Vicky. Welcome to the show. Sup, there? What's the story tonight? Jonah Jai Davis. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Because you asked, I'm going to go ahead and go into my spiel tonight. So, first off, there's some more mock draft stuff going around. And, obviously they went right back to Michael Penix. And, and we're going to pick him at 13. But there were a couple of others, mock drafts that I thought made a little bit of sense. Now, with the number 13 pick, they have the Raiders standing pat and taking the kid, the offensive lineman Fuaga. Olu Fashanu. He is from Penn State. He's a big boy. I watched a little video of him before I came on the air. Very physical and great feet. Now, the reason I bring that up is because there's been more than one mock draft that's had us taking an offensive lineman. In fact, the offensive lineman has changed in a couple of different mock drafts, but they kept coming up with offensive linemen. If Tom Telesco is the kind of person I think he is, and he seems like he's kind of an aggressive GM, and that doesn't mean that he's going to do aggressive things in this next one, but if I'm guessing right, and Tom Telesco is the kind of guy I think he is going to sit pat, and I think he is going to get us the best player available, but I can't imagine he's going to pass on Michael Penix Jr. I just can't imagine that. I want to, I want to believe that, some of these forecasters are correct because, like I said prior, quarterbacks have the biggest bust potential there is, you know what I mean? And just because we've all gotten ourselves hyped up about how nice Michael Penix is, that doesn't mean that he won't get hurt for us. He's had issues with his legs. It doesn't mean that he won't struggle with the NFL. For example, I can tell you for a fact, after listening to some scouting reports about Michael Penix. Now, I did this for you guys because as far as my viewers come on, they say, oh, I want this guy. And then you never really talk about, well, what are his drawbacks? What are the things about that guy that you want that aren't necessarily the positive things? I would say to you that Michael Penix Jr. has had one thing somewhat exposed at the college level. There were at least two different games. One of them was against Arizona, where Washington played Arizona. And in that game, the Arizona coach and defensive coordinator decided that they were going to put a deep safety back on every play defensively, and that every defense they were going to call, even the ones that, when they're trying to show them different looks, maybe this is a 4-3, maybe this is a 3-4, maybe we're going to stay in this dime defense, maybe we flex into a nickel, who knows? What he was doing was playing every defense in different combinations of a prevent, where he was dropping back over and over and over and over, where every time Michael Penix would come up with the ball and look down the field for his receivers on whatever particular route, maybe he was supposed to go to the number one receiver on his right side on this play, maybe he was supposed to go deep to the number two receiver on this side, or maybe they're both running deep, stop and goes. Whatever the case may be, he reads the defense and he decides what he wants to do with the ball. The problem is that defense just simply dropping back the whole game confused him. And that's not a good sign. And moreover, it not only confused him, it frustrated him. In other words, there were times where he saw that they were in that deep coverage. There were times where he saw that they had 2 to 3 men back, and he still threw the ball, still thinking, I can get it in there. And I won't lie, a couple times he did. This guy's really good, okay? He's really good, but that is kind of an alarm bell, because remember, in the NFL, and for those of you who don't know this, some of you I'm sure don't, in the NFL, they kind of do that in the NFL. There is a habit of drop back, drop back, drop back, drop back, blitz. Drop back, drop back, drop back, blitz. Drop back, blitz. Drop back, drop back, drop back, and it's just constant. And the reason for that is because if you play in that drop back defense, you normally have 4 down linemen. If you have 4 down linemen, you can play the run and be in a preventative deep pass situation. So how do you counter this? With bubble screens, late delay draw running plays, but more importantly, it's the middle. In other words, the draw run play goes up the middle. The late, bubble screen is going to, catch on the outside, but it's going to run to the middle, because the middle of the field's where it's going to be naked, because you're making your linebackers drop back into coverage. So if you continuously make this 10-yard bubble just after the offensive line and then 5 yards in front of the linebackers, and you keep leaving that bubble there, and yet he still doesn't attack the bubble, he sees open plays. I can throw to my tight end right there. I can throw to my running back right there. I can scramble for 8 yards and slide after I get, 7, 8 yards. Instead, he kept holding the ball, looking for the deep throw, holding the ball, looking for the deep throw. And I'm concerned about that, because it tells me that maybe he's not that good at, throwing underneath. Maybe he's not quite as good. Now, his coaching staff swears up and down that the guy is one of the most accurate quarterbacks they've ever seen. So maybe I need to watch some more tape of him. But okay, so anyway, second guy is Troy Fautanu. thought now. Now, he just happens to play for Washington, the same team as Michael Penix Jr. He may end up being the pick we make at 13. And again, great offensive lineman, great offensive line talent. I would love to see that. Now, addressing just real quick, because I know some of you said, but Bear, if we get an offensive lineman, what are we going to do at quarterback? Well, I can tell you, we're going to do a competition between AOC and Gardner Minshew. And to be quite honest with you, I'm fine with that. I don't understand why, if we go into the season with either AOC or Gardner Minshew having won outright, I don't want to hear that they were competing right up to neck and neck and all that garbage. I want to see one of them reach out and take it, that by the time we get to that first or second preseason game, it's a decision. It's done. For example, you saw the Steelers. Sorry, Val. You saw the Steelers a couple times go into the last preseason game, and then Mr. Curmudgeon, their coach, would come out with that face he makes at everyone. This is my happy face. And then, can you tell I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers coach? Don't like that guy. Bush League, okay? Anytime a head coach in the NFL reaches his leg out during a special teams return by the opposing team, like he's going to trip the guy, and then he actually distracts that kick returner so much that they wobble around and go down when they clearly would have got a touchdown if it hadn't been for the Pittsburgh Steelers coach sticking his foot out there and then going, oh, whoops, I didn't realize what I was doing, and then had the nerve to smile about it on camera. I absolutely hate the Pittsburgh Steelers coach. He is a punk. He is Bush League. He only wins because he's with the Steelers organization. That is a time where I see a black coach and I see the franchise carrying him. Yeah, I said it. No one missed me. I'm saying it pretty loud. I'm sorry, Val. No, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I love you, Val, and I love Tommy. But no, that coach, I don't know how to spell, but I would if I could. I would spell it out. Doc Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Raider Ryan, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Chris Strong, I see you there. What's up? Carlos Madonna, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. That's my guy right there. Larry Brooks Jr., how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Rude Boy Raider 305 Miami in the house. Glenn Medina, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Go Giants. Just kidding. I'm an A's fan. Miguel and Victoria, I really think we are doing smoke and mirrors. We're not planning to move up. We stay at pick 13, and we go with AOC as the starting quarterback. And he proves everyone wrong. Miguel and Victoria, okay, first, I love your guys' profile picture, but I would say this to you. I was an AOC guy before we picked him. Most of you who watch my show religiously, you know that. And I've done this a couple years in a row now. I had Henry Ruggs before we picked him, although that didn't work out quite so well. It's sorry. Sorry, Tina. God bless you and your puppy. But, I made another pick. I thought we'd go with AOC, and I take that back. I don't want to sound like I made some, amazing prediction. That's not really what happened. What I said is that I had heard reports that AOC was one of the best dark horse quarterbacks in that draft that coaches had ever seen. They said basically he doesn't look like it because he's got this big kind of dough body. He's not a running quarterback. You don't see what the big deal is with him, but it's all up here and right here. If you watch his tape from Purdue, you'll see what I mean. He's one of those guys that he's a warrior. You know what I mean? He jumps into a war with other fighters, and then he motivates them because he's one of their better guys. And then when everyone goes to him and says, you should be a general, he's like, nope. I like being right down here. I got to be in the mix. And that's what I like about AOC. He loves the heat. He loves the pressure of linemen coming and staying in that pocket and making a play. AOC is going to be the man. I don't know if Miguel and I are right, but I think he can do it. Mr. Raider Bear, why is Mama Bear doing all the cleaning up? I have to clean my own room. Tommy, this is one of the benefits of marriage. Just remember that when you get older. Your wife's supposed to clean up your room. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can feel every female viewer inboxing Mama Bear. Did you just hear what your husband said? God. No, Tommy, I'm just blessed. She's just like that. Every room she walks around into the house, if there's something messy, she just starts cleaning it up. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tried to get her to stop. She's just a great woman. Corinna! Hello! She has as good an announcement as anyone ever gets in my medal round because she knows how to get it. Hey, I'm trying to take care of people over here, okay? I'm sending out people to school. I'm taking care of autism. By the way, did I mention St. Jude's? We work with St. Jude's and early onset cancer in children. We've raised over $7,000 since the middle of last year. $7,000. And that's a hospital that basically tells any child that has cancer, come on, we're going to do surgery, we're going to get you clean, and we're going to charge your parents nothing. You know why? Because of donations. You know why? Because of people who work hard for those donations. Pow. I sleep well at night. All right, back to football. Rude Boy Raider, what's up? Welcome to the show. Jonah J. Davis. Jonah J. Davis. I hope we don't sell the farm for Dak. Let me, Shu, or AOC go and get the offense to give them time to throw it or to our studs. Okay, first, Jonah, welcome to the show. No Raider fan wants... Nobody wants Dak Prescott. What's going on is the Dallas Cowboys would like to unload Dak Prescott and make somebody else his problem. You know what I mean? That's all this is. And any idea that Dak Prescott is a star is only in the minds of Dallas Cowboy staff and some of their fans. Most of their fans have come around to the knowledge that he's Black Derek Carr. I mean, they even read the same number for crying out loud. He's Black Derek Carr, okay? Just enough to disappoint you. Handsome guy. Respected off the field. Maybe not as much as Derek, because at least Derek is a family man. He's got a wife. He's got a few kids. Dak Prescott's got a MILF. I mean, oh my God, have you seen his woman? Dak Prescott's woman would melt the sun, boy. That's a hot young lady. I've seen her. Oh, boy. Rude Boy! Hey there! Appreciate the love on the stars, brother. Okay, let's see. Are we trading Adams? I've been hearing we might. No. What you're hearing, Glenn, is speculation by people who do podcasts and website work like I do. That's all. It's their time of the year where it's kind of the responsibility of people like myself to come on and have something to talk about, you know what I mean? Because the situation hasn't changed at all. We're leading up to the draft, but nothing's really changed, you know what I mean? Cap space, who's available, who isn't, where Josh Jacobs is, who our coach is now, that kind of stuff's all settled. Now it's just a matter of getting to the day. Now, are things falling into place? Are phone calls being made? Most of that's kept from us. I do get my share of help from people I know within the organization. Can't say any more than that. But I would say this to you. I think there is a very good chance that we're going to lose someone, but I don't know who. I think Josh Jacobs might have been really the big name. I don't think anyone else we're going to lose right now. Mainly because I do think we want to win. I do think they want to give AP a real chance because he's starting to look like he might be a damn good head coach. Just in these initial things he's been doing with the staff, getting the team ready, getting the team lined up, their draft war room lined up. There's reactions coming from that where people are saying that guy was a good hire. We didn't realize that AP came in with that much knowledge, poise, and preparation going into this. He's going into it like a veteran coach, and it's impressed a lot of people. Glenn Medina said, do we even need to draft a quarterback this year? Honestly, no. What Miguel and Victoria were bringing up a moment ago with AOC, we really don't know what AOC's brought to us. If it's me, we picked AOC. It's not his fault. He's here because of us. So to me, giving him one season would be foolish. Literally foolish. So if you bring in a Michael Penix and you have Gardner Minshew, Michael Penix, and AOC, we're going to start looking like the Steelers where we don't... I'm just kidding. Where we don't know what we have at QB. I mean, they already had Russell Wilson. What are you doing? Oh, let's get Justin Fields, too. I thought the Justin Fields move was more leverage. I think the Steelers may end up just using that to make a move. Because I think Russell Wilson will play well there. I think he'll outplay Justin Fields. And then Justin Fields will be right back on the market in the next year. And they'll re-sign Russell Wilson to another deal and then look for another young quarterback and another free agent quarterback and rebuild their quarterback room and then ride Russell Wilson until he's ready to retire. Because even though I think Russell Wilson is washed up on a team that runs the ball mostly and plays the defense mostly, in other words, a franchise that stresses those two things. And we all know that's not how it is. In the old days, every franchise stressed running game defense. Now you might have a handful of teams at best. But like the Dolphins don't stress that. The Bills don't stress that. Hell, even the Niners don't stress that. And they have the highest paid running back in football. And yet they'll still throw the ball on a lot of occasions more than they run it. You know, but if you go to a team like Pittsburgh, you know what you're getting. A running team with a hard-nosed coach that wants to play hard-nosed defense. If you give Russell Wilson that, and you're only asking him to be, accurate a few times and only needs to throw a couple touchdowns, get a couple, first downs with just scrambles here and there, he's ready built for this team. You know what I mean? And so he may outlive Justin Fields and be there for 3 seasons, maybe win a little bit. Jonah Davis said, stay with our quarterbacks where we got, they work. Tony! You know he does. Hey, make it good! Tony, I know I've said this before, but if you and I were both single and we went into a club, we wouldn't be leaving alone. I'm just saying. We would be doing well. Our D is going to keep us in games. Jonah, not only is our defense going to keep us in games, it's going to win games. Our defense is going to win games. There's no doubt about it. I felt like when we re-signed our 2 defensive tackles in the middle, Butler and Jenkins, and then added Wilkins to Kuntz and Max, I don't know how you spell, but that's what we'll name our defense. The new Raider defense, the black line. Craig Gilmore! I could have just held Gilmore for like an hour. Gilmore. Appreciate that, Craig. As long as Wilkins and Crosby stay healthy, quarterbacks won't have no time to throw the ball. All we need is one more good corner. Last year's defense was number 7 overall. This year, top 5. Miguel, let me try and get you even more excited about your logic because I found a slight flaw in your logic. Ready? See, defensive backs always improve when the defensive line improves because quarterbacks feel stressed and the ball comes out earlier than they want to. It's less accurate because they're throwing under stress, and more often than not, when they're stressed, they're throwing off their back leg where all their momentum is moving backward as they throw. Thus, the ball is slowed down and it's in the air longer, which causes Jack Jones to make interceptions. Facts! So, I'm just kidding. Obviously, you're not wrong. I'm just saying. But, yeah, our defensive backs are going to get better automatically. So, if we add more people, good, we're going to. Whether they're high level or just quality, competent guys, that doesn't matter. We're going to be better. Guys are going to get more opportunities to knock balls down, to make interceptions, simply because quarterbacks will feel that pressure to get rid of the ball sooner than before. 44th in the second round. So, my memory was correct. I feel so sexy when I go with the memory and I'm correct. Raider Bear. Okay. Thanks, Mark Vargas. I appreciate that. I hope the Raiders get a top draft grade, especially since it's Antonio Pierce's first draft. Dustin King, I would be surprised if he doesn't. I would be surprised if he doesn't have a good draft, if for no other reason than the fact that he's going in with Tom, who he doesn't have to worry about him going, no, let's just trade down. No, let's just trade down. We got to make sure we get as many opportunities to hit on a guy. In other words, do you want to get 2 defensive linemen looking for, a star, or do you want to get 6? and try to find the star from that. You see what I'm saying? And remember, a defensive end and a defensive tackle, kind of the same thing. Linebackers sometimes can, put their hand in the ground and suddenly they're a defensive end, like we did with Bruce Irvin, out of position for years. So sometimes it is smart to trade back, but this is not the GM that does that. So AP, if he wants to be aggressive, it's going to happen. What 3 more weeks till draft coming pretty fast? Yeah, Tanamoku, I'm excited. To be honest with you, I think there's some clues coming from the team as to what we're doing, and I'll go into that a little bit more in just one second. But first, I have to say, Steven! Who is without question Raider Bear Peoples, because he got the Raider Bears medallion and the Raider Bears shirt. That's my guy right there. Tony makes a dip! No, if you get a second one, I'm not going to hold it. Dip! No, I'm just kidding. What's up with the rumors about Dak Prescott being the Raiders? Troy Gill, Corinna Trujillo! Corinna always gets along with. The reason that's going around is because the Dallas Cowboys are shopping him. So once reporters like me find out that Dallas is shopping him, what they do is they go out and then they say, okay, let's see. I'm a podcaster. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and the Arizona Cardinals. What if the Arizona Cardinals trade for Dak Prescott and then move Kyler Murray? You see, and they can do that, and they can just speculate, and it means nothing. They didn't get the information from anyone. It's just speculation. And Tony makes it dip! So you thought I was gonna be rough with you and just go Tony dip? No, see, you get the whole thing. Air Jet Raiders, what's up, Jay? Welcome to the show. Craig Gilmore. Hopefully, Aiden O'Connell never throws another pass for us, and I like the dude. Jeez. What was in your Wheaties today, Craig? Mortal Kombat! Man, you just came off on AOC. Now, let's not hope for that. He wasn't that bad. He's in his rookies. He was a rookie. He was a baby. Would you yell at a baby in diapers that was out there throwing the ball around? No, you'd say, guys, he's a baby in diapers. That's what we had, minus the diapers. But guys, he's 6'2", 215 pounds. He's a prototypical Ben Roethlisberger, sturdy quarterback that's not going to get banged up most of the time. He's going to have courage in the pocket. He's got a great arm, and he's ultra accurate. He just had his rookie season. He had his confidence called into question by Josh McNumbnuts, okay? And then he got brought back into the fire by another coach. In other words, he saw the coach who drafted him, bring him in and tell him you're not good enough. Then his coach got fired. Then the backup guy comes in and goes, it's all on you, kid. No pressure. You're just playing for AP getting a job. Give him a break, guys. I think he's going to be good. I really do. Anthony Lopez. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Halo in the house. Jonah, wasn't that cool? I'll try and get another one when I put it up on auction. Hopefully you can win it, but I'll try and get another one. Bill Cox, Bear, all those QBs going in the first 4 picks will not do well. They are going to bad teams. Let's build our defense and our O-line. Hope AOC or Minshew rock it out. Bill, I can't argue with that, because if you do bring in a young guy, we do still have to win other ways. We're not going to just bring in Michael Penix and suddenly light the NFL up. It's not going to work that way. We're going to need him to work with Devontae Adams. We're still going to need Jacoby Myers to get open and make plays. We still need Michael Bayer, our all-pro super stud tight end, to get his act together and finish his learning curve. Because I can tell all of you, Michael Mayer is fine. I had so many Raider fans ask me, what's wrong with our tight end? He's so good. He is good, guys. But he has a lot he still has to learn because he's a rookie in diapers. You can't discredit rookies, guys. You have to go through their learning curve. Mad love and respect right back to you, Alo. Michelle Manici. What's up, Michelle? Welcome to the show. Oh, we're all doing good. It's good to see you back. Let's see. Jonah, I think they are hype the draft up on QBs and go best offense, Bear. It's going to be offensive lineman. It's going to be an offensive lineman. We're not going to take a wide receiver. I don't see that happening. There's just no reason when your wide receiver room looks pretty good. It may not be the best, but it's pretty damn close with a Devontae Adams in it. When you have Devontae Adams in your locker room, the other wide receivers are going to be better just by the attention he also draws on any given play, where he's going to take a corner and a safety deep with him, or even just short on a lot of routes. The safety's going to try to help the corner against Devontae Adams, because we all know a 50-50 ball against Devontae Adams is more like 70-30, where 70% Devontae's going to come down with the ball, 30% the defensive back makes a play, knocks it down, or comes up with an interception. So with a wide receiver like that, the only thing offense I'm looking for at 13 is an offensive lineman. That's it. Well, I mean, I understand if they pick Michael Penix Jr. I completely understand that. But if they don't, offensive line, period. I'm good with Terry and Arnold, but that's just another defensive back. And just like quarterbacks, defensive backs have high bust potential. Okay? They do. Okay? DJ Hayden. Need I say more? Reggie McKenzie. Damn you, Reggie McKenzie. Reyes and Antonio, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. It's going good, Armando. I'm doing good. Draft a quarterback till you hit a home run. Craig, that's a lot of misses, man. You can't, I mean, I agree with you in the sense, as long as it's not always a first round pick. In other words, how many people have come onto my show and asked me about Bo Nix in the second round? I mean, a lot. Now, he's not going to make it that far, but I could see us using our early number 22. Hang on, I have it right here. I was looking at this earlier. I thought this could be interesting. Okay, I think if we took that early 22 round pick and we moved back into the first round, that second round pick, number 44 overall, we give that to the Eagles at 22, plus a 5 and 2 sevens. Done. Not only want to pay that much, I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could climb right back up into the late first round and snatch a Bo Nix. Because they do think Bo Nix is going to go in the first round, but most of the ones I've seen, they have him going anywhere from 17 to 27. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. And keep your eye out for Cooper DeJean. He's a safety. I don't think he's going to be a Raider, but there's something about that guy. There's something about Cooper DeJean of Iowa. I watched his tape and everything, and he looks good like all these other players. But there's I don't know. There's just something instinctive about how he played. He looks like one of those guys that's going to go to the NFL and be a hell of a center. I mean, a hell of a safety. Travis Kelly, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. You're not late. Bear, I want your opinion on something from the perspective of Jaden Daniels. How much do you think he values the connection with Antonio Pierce? How much does he value it? I think he values it, but at the same time, I don't think it would have anything to do with his decision on where he plays. Because I can say to you honestly, Jim, would you do that? Think about it. Would you just be like, okay, well, I'd really like to go where he's at. When in reality, you could get picked, Well, for example, we don't know where the Raiders are going to move up if they move up. So even if they move up, there's a chance they don't get the kid. And then more importantly, if you're Jaden Daniels, do you want the Raiders to, let's say, move up to 4 and have them pick you when you could have been picked number 2 by Washington? And you would have made a ton more money. And by the way, it is a ton. I know some of you know this, but for those of you who don't, every pick, the millions go way down. Way down. And it goes down further. The amount goes, gets more of how much you lose as you go lower. So the difference between a second round pick and not a second round, The difference between the second pick overall and the 4th pick overall, probably 20 million at least. And I'm being nice. It's probably a lot more than that. Probably more like 28, 35, somewhere in that range of money that you make, that you don't make by being the number 4 pick. So. Left-handed quarterbacks are going to be cool again. Shut up. The reason I'm asking is if you really value that connection, what do you think the chances are of him pulling an Eli Manning and only wanting to be coming to the Raiders? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's just talk by fans and, podcasters and reporters like me who want you to talk about it. That's all. That's not going to happen. The whole Eli thing, there's a reason why you haven't seen anyone pull an Eli since Eli. I mean, I know there's a couple other guys have done it, but it's very rare. Let's see. Tony Make a Dip said, I like Gardner. He may be our new guy. Honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I don't. I told people the guy's got balls, man. He is literally the new Ryan Fitzmagic. He's Ryan Fitzpatrick. Balls, professional, never scared, tough, competitor, never quits. I love that guy. And he's a little weird, too. I don't know how many of you heard. He lives in a van part-time. No, I'm not kidding. And parks it on the beach and just lives on the beach. I feel like that's a guy living. You know what I mean? You made some money, you're single, go live. There should be a competition with every position. I agree with that, Eric Jet, but we just got away from that for a long time with Derek Carr. We already have a Husky quarterback. We don't need two. We have the stash. I like that, the stash. All right, Bear. I don't like Mike Tomlin either. And on that play you were talking about, he was cheating, and I hate cheaters. Val, mwah, I love you even more now. Massive respect. I appreciate that. Because I'm not trying to rile you up, and I'm not trying to just be mean to the Steelers guy and all that. I'm just simply saying that guy's a jerk. Tony, Make a Dip. I can't argue with that ever. Steven Shaw and Tony Make it Dip. Steeler Val, Tommy, you're so very welcome, Sweet Pea. Aw, Corinna, you never call me Sweet Pea. What's up with that? Tanamoku, I saw a report saying we should give Dallas 6 picks and a player for Dak. Tanamoku, this is the reason why. Now, I realize everyone that's watching just heard what you said about we should give Dallas 6 picks for Dak, and then all of my viewers went, no. Now, the reason why you shouldn't do that is because we all know what Dak Prescott is. But the truth is, there are those out there, and I do feel this way sometimes. I just don't feel this way about Dak. But there are times where you are is in part what's holding you back. I've always felt like Kirk Cousins has been jobbed. Everywhere Kirk Cousins goes, he plays well. Everywhere Kirk Cousins goes, they win games. And everywhere Kirk Cousins goes, they don't pay him and they let him leave. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. The guy never puts up bad numbers. He just wins. Not quite enough because he keeps getting in the playoffs and sometimes he gets hurt. Or getting in the playoffs and losing, and sometimes he gets hurt and they don't make it, and so on and so forth. So he's always been kind of right on the cusp. Oh, he's almost good enough. Oh, it looks like he's going to do it. No. You know what I mean? And so when other franchises see that, they feel like, hey, I could have done it with that guy. You know what I mean? And so there's going to be there's going to be an audience of teams that are going to want to hear about Dak. Now, I would argue Washington could look at Dak. You keep him in the same division. He'll be competing against the same poor talent. Okay, the Eagles are a little bit on the downsway, right? Dallas is always a little bit on the downsway. Who reaches out and thinks about bringing Ezekiel Elliott back? Really? Stop it. This is the way. Yeah, Tony, it's all hype and ratings. I agree. I don't think Devontae Adams is going anywhere. I heard we signed Grills Lear. I hope spelled that he former running back from the Chiefs. I'm not sure. Hey, Bear, I know everyone is saying draft defense or O-line with the first pick, but should we really make an effort to grab our quarterback of the future now so we can play him on that rookie contract and build the team after? Well, Travis, you do know, I can tell by how you wrote that every football team's goal is to find a quarterback and then win with him in his 4 years. Now, for example, I'll give you two. The Chiefs that worked. They went and got Patrick Mahomes. They went and got, Andy Reid from the Eagles. They put those two things together. Super Bowls and a lot of winning. So now, after that 4 years is up, you already know you want to pay the kid, keep him around, and keep building around that guy and your coach because you know it works. That's what everyone's trying to do. Now, that's why we sat on Derek Carr so long, because not only did we hope he would be that, but then when it did come time to start redoing his contracts, and I know most of you may not agree with this, but he kept giving us discounts, and he did. He kept accepting what would be a bid from a team that isn't sure if he's the future, but is sure that they want to keep finding out, that he's good enough, that we don't want to just let him go right now and find out from some other team that, yeah, he was good enough. So we gave Derek 9 years. It didn't work. We kind of, jobbed him at the end. And then now he's in New Orleans, proving us right. Derek Carr is not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's just not. And when I've said in the past, people have said to me, Bear, can we really win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr? I've looked right into the camera many times and I've said yes. Because if the question is just, could they do it? Is it possible? The answer is yes. It's not that he didn't have the talent. He just can't bring the talent and the team and the plays and everything come together where Derek is successful. That has not happened. And because of that, I just don't think it ever will. And his first run with New Orleans, people say, oh, well, it'll get better once he's been with the Saints and blah, blah. Why? He's not a rookie. He doesn't get the I'm growing excuse. He doesn't get the I just got here excuse. He's been in the league too long. He's played football for too long to not get it together there. Especially when you consider not only did they bring him in, they brought in some of his safety valves and guys he was used to throwing the ball to. And he still couldn't get them over the finish line. Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, same guy. They just are. Dustin King, I put my headphones on and I can only hear you in one speaker. We need surround sound, Bear. I think you need 2 mics. I'm not a tech guy, but need your show in surround sound. I'll work on that. Ray Bear, I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. AP knows what he doesn't know, and that is a mark of a good leader of men. You know, Doc, it's funny you say that because I actually say that a lot. It's important that a man knows what he doesn't know. If you're going to go into a job and say, I'm in charge, that's fine. But if there's aspects of that job that other people know better than you, then go to them, humble yourself, and avail yourself of their experience and knowledge. Instead of just trying to be a pig-headed jerk and hide the fact that you don't know what they know by saying, I know that, I knew that when you did that, and I know that, and you don't have to tell me that, I knew that. I can't stand people like that. Even when I do know something someone teaches me, I never say, I know. I never say that because it discredits what the other person's trying to do. Another person's trying to avail you of knowledge, and when they're done talking and really felt like they helped you out with something and you go, I know. Something mostly kids do, but I just can't stand that. Stephen Marchant, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Miguel, I'm a big AOC fan. I don't understand why people don't like him. He was a rookie last year and still got to look at his stats better than most of the hype quarterbacks. I think only CJ Stroud was better. Correct. Wilson is a has-been. You know, Tony, I can't argue with that. I just think that even a has-been, though, can be helpful if it's a guy that's skilled and you can hide his deficiencies, i.e., the offensive line's good enough that they don't need to make him scramble unless he sees an opening and he wants to get a handful of yards. He can run, slide. We know he can do that. He can do more than that in his prime. So asking him to do just a little bit of that in his advanced age should be no big deal. I think he could be good for the Steelers. I really do. Tanamoku, prayers for you and your family, bro. I appreciate the love. Whoops. Oh, hold on, guys. I got a phone call. Super important. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hey. Okay, I'm on my way. Yep. Loving stuff. Bye. That's my princess. Alexa, resume! Yes, Alexa, play that song from the beginning. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yes, I love it. R8RBEAR! All right, I hope you enjoyed the show. Much love. I'm going to cut it off just a couple minutes early. As you can see, I'm picking up my daughter from work, and that's why I've been missing some of my supporter shows. Quite a few of them. I apologize to my supporters. I truly love you. Mwah. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to get back to my supporter show, but we are going to get back to it very soon. I just have to get my daughter's situation squared away and a couple other things here in the house, and then we're going to do that. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. I appreciate you all. Tony, make that shit! Tony Carpenter Evans, mwah, mwah. Love you, girl. She's saying sorry for your loss. That was very sweet of you. Let me keep going. Oh, more Tony. Tony! Love you, brother. Going through my comments, get all the way to the bottom. Tony! Tony! No, that wasn't another Tony. All right, you guys. I love you much. I'll see you tomorrow. R8RBEAR family page. Yes! That was like an extended piece.